All right, welcome back, one and all, to the Horror Returns. I am not Lance. I'm Philip, and here with my co-host Brian. I think it's just us tonight, man.
Yeah, Nez might jump on with us later to talk some trap movie
We're like the Lone
stuff.
Rangers. Or wait.
Yeah.
What's the coolest thing you checked out this week? I'm winging it.
Okay, coolest thing. I gotta start with my not cool. I started. You remember when we talked about how the Mickey Mouse went on whatever
Oh
public
yeah,
domain,
it's
and
a,
they were making like two horror movies and a video game. Well, I checked out the first horror movie that came out.
it's already out.
Yeah, it's neither called Mickey's Mousetrap or the Mousetrap, depending on where you find it.
Huh? Is it like
And
low budget Winnie the Pooh shit?
yeah, but
Okay.
the problem is they trick you because it starts with an opening Star Wars like crawl,
Okay.
letting you know that this has nothing to do with Disney. We love Disney, but this has nothing to do with them or their subsidiaries. And
Please don't sue us.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, you guys know what you are. You guys know what you're doing. You're not taking this too seriously. So I was thinking, okay, this might be a dumb movie, but it might be fun, at least with the kills and stuff. And it was not. There
Ouch.
was a lot of cutaways. The kills were generic.
Ah.
The acting didn't bother me. It's just they missed this opportunity to just have a fun slasher movie with kills and stuff, and they just missed the mark. And then I was watching it with my daughter, and I was like, when I hope the Mickey Mouse killer talks, and he's all like, hey,
Yeah, of course.
No, they were trying to go for
Really?
like a ghost face type
Oh, come on.
voice, and then they introduced some other elements to it, and I was just like, you guys are just kind of winging it from here on out, just throwing things in there. So I was hoping this was going to be so good as bad, or so bad it's good, but no. Uh,
Just kind of sucks.
yeah. But my cool of the week is I got to check out Bad Boys Ride or Die. Is that the
Oh,
new
okay.
one?
I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, fun fucking movie.
Yeah?
And yeah, they can continue the story the right way. I think
Yeah.
they are recognizing that they are older now, and that's part of the joke of the movie.
Yeah, I figured.
And Martin, they just let him just be completely fucking wacky in this one. Because
That's
he
cool.
has
Yeah.
not really a spoiler, but he has like a near death experience in the beginning
Yeah.
and kind of has this new outlook on life, and it just brings out the wackiness of Martin Lawrence, which I just loved.
All
And
right.
Will Smith has some badass moments and some good action, some good camera work in there. There's a scene where Will Smith, like, it's like a POV of him holding the gun,
Uh-huh.
and then the camera flips and it's facing him,
Oh,
and then
that's
it
cool.
flips back. So it was kind of cool. And I think I seen a making of when it was like the camera was on like a swivel that was connected to him. So he was
Huh.
like flipping it around. So some cool stuff.
Well, I think all of the Bad Boys movies have been pretty solid.
Yeah,
Like, there wasn't one of them that I hated at all.
I agree. I think I was worried with the third one because it was so long between that and the second one,
Yeah.
but that was a fun one, and this one is equally fun.
All right. I'll check that one out. All right. What do I have? I am caught up with the Dragon one. Dance of Dragons,
House
House
of
of Dragons.
Dragon.
There it
Yeah.
is. Well, you can tell how dedicated I am to it. Um, it's pretty good. It was all right. I mean, the finale sort of sucked because it was like leading up to this huge dragon war, and then it like just cuts off. You're like, oh, come on. You couldn't give us one action scene. Um,
Now,
Still pretty
these are
solid.
based off books, right? That are finished.
Yeah, yeah. So this one is based off of I think this Dance of Dragons or something like that.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I haven't actually read that one. But it's based off of a very small part in that book, because that book is like the history of Westeros.
Okay.
And so this is just one little story in the book, and they're just spreading it out into as many seasons as possible, which I guess is probably the smart move.
Yeah, I seen. Probably should have threw it in for Trailer Park, but Max or HBO, one of the two, released like a little upcoming teaser for all their shows.
Oh, okay.
And I guess there's another Game of Thrones spinoff that's already filmed. I
All
don't know
right.
what this one's called or what it's about, but it looked kind of cool. So
Yeah, I'll check it out. Hopefully they fare better than The Walking Dead. And speaking of HBO Max, I started watching Veep. I've never seen it before. It's
oh, okay.
It's pretty solid. It's like The Office, but in the White House.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check it out. I just recently got Max back because I guess Hulu was having a bundle deal.
Yeah.
So
See, and it still feels weird calling it Max. Like you said Max, and I was like, huh? Cinemax?
yeah, that's why when I was mentioning the little teaser that they brought up for their upcoming shows, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's HBO or Max because I know some of the shows are branded HBO originals and then some of them are Max originals, but
Really?
I guess at the end of the day, it's all the same thing.
All right. Divide and conquer, I
It's
suppose.
all the same until their original content shows up on other streaming platforms.
Before theirs. All right. Well, what do we got for news?
Okay, let me see. The Babadook is coming back to theaters for its 10th anniversary re-release.
Oh.
And
I
that
mean,
comes out.
good movie, but
I don't have a date for that, but I think this month.
check your local theaters or an Alamo Draft House. They usually have the re-releases.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like that movie didn't come hasn't been that long since that movie came out.
I know, 10 years surprises me. We're just getting old, I think.
Yeah. Was there any news? The video game Until Dawn was getting a film adaptation that is currently in production. Never played the game.
I
Heard it's
haven't.
pretty popular horror video game.
Yeah, I've heard of it, and I remember hearing about this. So we'll see how it goes.
And I know Peter Stormare did a voice for one of the characters in the movie. He's reprising that role in the live action.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. People don't know Peter Stormare. He's the crazy Russian guy in Armageddon.
And John Wick, right?
John Wick. He was the devil in Constantine.
Ah, killed the man with the pencil.
A fucking pencil. Okay, let's see. Do we have any news?
Slim pickings this week.
I don't know if I'm going to pronounce his name right. Harvey Julian. He's from What We Do in the Shadows, the series.
Okay.
He joins the horror comedy Damned If You Do, which is starring Kate Siegel. A lot of people know her from Mike Flanagan's wife, but she's been in like almost everything he's done.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, makes me think Married with Children when you say that. What's her name?
Katie Siegel.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I don't know if there is anything.
Well, that's all right. We got a couple trailers.
Yeah. Let's see. Zac Efron is going to play dual roles in the upcoming thriller for A24 called Famous.
Okay.
I
What is
guess
that? Is it about anything?
I probably should have had that pulled up, but
Or is he just gonna be like Eddie Murphy in the Clumps?
I don't
That
know.
would
Good
be great.
question.
I'd watch that.
Let's see. They're doing a sequel, remake, reboot, whatever for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I think the director or the producer came out and said right here it's a legacy sequel and it will not erase the events of the original films.
Okay. Jennifer
So,
Love Hewitt's in that too, right?
I think her and Freddie Prinze Jr. are in talks.
Oh,
to
that's right.
come
Okay.
back.
All right.
So,
I'll check that out, I guess. She's still hot.
and since I can't find anything, I think that'll be it for news.
All right. Well, let's take a little trip down to the trailer park. I got to read it like Lance. Where we're going to bring you the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. Brian, what is our first new trailer to talk about?
First one is a new body horror drama from the director of, I believe, that cannibal movie Raw.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Horror Live for Geek. I think it's a French name. I probably totally butchered that name. The Substance,
That's okay.
starring Demi Moore
Huh.
and Dennis Quaid. And I heard a lot of people have been talking about this movie on Demi Moore's part, saying this possibly is like her comeback because I know she took a long break from acting.
She hadn't been anything in a long time, has she?
Yeah. So, I mean, it looked good. I'm always down for a good body horror.
Yeah.
And I wonder if, like, because she's older now, and it looked like the trailer had to do with aging and getting older, maybe something in the script kind of called out to her dealing with that being an actress in Hollywood.
Oh, maybe.
So it looked crazy. It looked like there's some crazy stuff going on. Like I said, body horror. I didn't even know Dennis Quaid was in the movie until he popped up in the trailer. He looks like he's some kind of fashion guy or something.
Yeah, which is a weird part for Dennis Quaid, but all right. I'm down.
Well, I'm used to old Dennis Quaid. I'm used to seeing him in like dog movies.
Right. Or like baseball movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so they're taking some kind of a youth serum or something, which we're probably not that far away from, I would think.
Yeah.
It's sort of a dystopian future thing. I like it.
Yeah, and it looks like possibly the side effects aren't too great on the body.
A surprise, surprise.
So I was really interested to hear what Lance thought about this because this kind of seems like up his alley.
Yeah, it sort of does. I'm kind of digging it. I like it. I didn't hate Raw. I just thought it was kind of underwhelming after they built it up so much.
Yeah, the trailer I remember kind of sold us. It was going to be more heavy on the cannibal stuff.
Yeah, it was like, the goriest movie ever. People were throwing up in the theaters and running out screaming.
Yeah, I remember those reviews and trailers. Like,
yeah,
people leaving the theater sick, and I was like, oh, I got to check this out. I think that's the first thing me and Nez kind of reviewed together.
Raw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like way back, like before Nez was part of the network.
Yeah.
So, yeah, underwhelming then and still underwhelming now. But
yeah.
hopefully this kind of lives up to what we think it might be.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little more exciting.
So
and like visually awesome.
Yeah, so this one's due in, I think, theaters September 20th this year.
Hey, there you go. We got a this year movie. Man, that's right around the corner, September 20th. I bet you that's a limited release, though.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll see.
We got one coming out August 30th here, a new thriller from IFC Films called Out Come the Wolves.
Okay, now we're talking.
Survival thriller. Look like a little love triangle going on between this actress who I thought was the one from $1 Million Baby. What's her name?
Oh, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, well, I suck at this. But I know what you're talking about.
I think I did this before when we were trying to because everybody's thinking she's going to pop up in the new season of Cobra Kai because she was in one of the movies.
Yeah.
And I still can't remember her name.
What the Hillary Swank? There it is.
Hillary Swank. Academy
like,
Award-winning actress that I can't ever remember her name.
I can't ever decide if she's hot or not. Like, sometimes she is. Sometimes she's gorgeous. And then sometimes sometimes she's like a little bit weird looking.
Yeah, like that, what was that movie we did where Keanu was like her racist, abusive
Oh, yeah.
husband.
I forgot she was in that.
Yeah, she didn't look great in that one.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
but I thought
she takes
this
her
was
role
her.
seriously.
I thought this was her in the movie, but it's a Missy Peregrine.
Okay.
Kind of looked like her. Going hunt on a hunt. Looks like a hunting trip with her husband or boyfriend, and brings along a male friend that she's saying is just like her brother.
Yikes!
And I'm kind of
not a good move for the relationship, guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of with the husband.
Yeah, absolutely.
When she's like in the trailer, she's like, he's like my brother, and he's like, but he's not your brother.
But he's not. This is weird. Not cool.
He may be like your brother, but he's not. And as the trailer goes on, you see the guy still has feelings for the girl, and then looks like he takes the husband out hunting, and they get attacked by wolves, and he leaves them there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the survival thriller starts, and then looks like you get some conflict between her and the brother, doing quotes.
So is it really wolves, or did he shoot him?
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, it's a possibility he could have injured him to leave him for the wolves, but it does look like we do get a wolf attack scene. Looks pretty vicious. So
yeah,
I'm in on this one.
Yeah, me too.
And IFC films, they have good quality stuff. So
yeah, they really do. Like, even the totally obscure things that you've never heard of, like, I'll just click on them on Amazon or whatever, and they've got some really good stuff, man. It's always pretty quality.
Like I said, this one I think also may be limited theater, but I think it also is going straight to VOD. It comes out August 30th.
Okay. All right. So that's right around the corner, dude. Survival horror, I'm down. I like it.
And this one I wanted to hear Lance's opinion on. A new horror film called Stream. This is from the team that brought us the Terrifier movies.
Oh, okay.
And it has a pretty interesting cast. Daniel Harris, David Howard Thornton, friend of the show, Art the Clown.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Combs, friend of the show, Dee Wallace, Daniel Roebuck, Tony Todd, Bill Moseley, and Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp. A lot of people. And he had said in our message feed, it looks like they had Jeffrey Combs for a day. So I don't know if he didn't like this trailer or
I don't know. This one doesn't really seem right up Lance's alley, but
yeah,
it looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah, and I've liked if it's the same team from Terrifier movies, I've liked what they've done with those movies, especially with the practical effects.
Yeah.
And it looks awesome
it looks
cast.
Like a silly, awesome slasher.
Kind of looks like they're maybe in some kind of game to the death, and people are watching
that
with the
makes
name
sense.
Stream.
Yeah.
So.
Like Hunger Games.
Yeah.
But it looked like they kind of knew what it was, and they were going for interesting kills and stuff, I think.
Yeah, hopefully. Like I said, same teams, Terrifier. So we got to get some brutal kills in there. So this one has August 21st release date. So this one's not too far out either.
Is that one theaters?
I think this one's theaters.
It looks like one. Yeah. Okay. All right. On to some listener feedback. This week we shine the podcast spotlight on the podcast Macabre. The podcast Macabre is dedicated to a love of all things horror. Join Chris, Jenny, and Joe, three lifetime lovers of the genre, as they chat about films, TV, books, and everything in between and beyond. Be warned of various random segues, bad jokes, not safe for work humor while they're at it too. Well, that sounds like us. I like it. In regards to Shocker, Jeff Farley says worked on this over at Lance Anderson's shop. Huh. I don't know what that means.
I think it was one of the effects guys.
I gotcha. That's cool. In regards to Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Webster Klimchow says the making of Elm Street 4 VHS tape is awesome. Still have mine. Still plays fine. Huh.
Nice.
Look at that. You don't see a lot of people with VHS collections.
I was gonna get into collecting something obscure like Laserdisc.
Yeah.
But within the past 2 weeks, I guess other people have got into collecting them because I noticed on eBay the prices have doubled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's bullshit. It's been a while since I've seen a Laserdisc player. Let's see. Alex McPhail says Screaming Mad George did the effects. Had an Elm Street behind the scenes interview with him. He was nuts.
Nice.
Kind of have to be. In regards to Pumpkinhead, Don Lowry says this was my favorite growing up. I'm actually surprised they haven't tried to reboot it. The original is classic, and I still watch it.
I think they are trying.
Yeah. See, and that wasn't even one of the ones that I saw growing up.
That was on a constant rotation, especially around Halloween.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I first watched it last year or the year before with y'all. And great movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, stay away from the sequels.
I figured. In regards to The Nightingale, our feel-good movie of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Just because she witnessed death, horrible atrocities, got on a horse, faced death at every turn doesn't make her a death rider. And he added a pic of Danzig.
Oh, his love for Danzig.
In regards to Alien Romulus, Adam Russell Borkowski says everyone here crying about young actors and same old story will be there opening night begging the theater to take their money. Can't wait. Got my tickets.
I agree with you because there's been a divide on our Facebook page about the movie. One half is like super pumped, love what they've seen from the trailer. And the other half is, it's young people, or it looks like the original movie mixed with the second movie. And there's going to be some callbacks.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And there's been some people on the page kind of defending the movie, like, because people are like, they put teenagers in the movie, and then somebody was like, these actors are like in their 20s, and at no point in the trailer did it indicate that they were teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I'll wait on the movie. I'm not going to judge it.
Yeah.
Based off the trailer alone, I don't think it looks bad. I'm just excited about a new Alien movie.
Yeah, and we probably could have talked about that in news. I think they wrapped filming the Alien TV show for Hulu or for FX.
Oh, okay. Oh, and that's the one that's going to be based on Prey?
No, this is different from that one.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's called Alien Earth.
Alien Earth, okay.
And it's from...
Alien spinoffs don't have the best record.
Who is the guy? I know his name, but I can't think of what he's done. I know he's done some big FX shows. He's the showrunner for it.
Well, I mean, it's got potential to be cool. They've got a lot of really good TV shows out there. As long as they
Noah Hawley. He's known for Fargo, Legion.
Oh.
So he's done those shows for...
So this is going to be a serious thing. I like it. All right. Well, can't
Yeah.
complain about that. All right. And in regards to David Warner, Tom Haig. Oh, all right. I don't know what's going on. Tom Haig. Anyway, loved him from the in that Tales from the Crypt episode. I guess David Warner talking about Todd Haig.
Yeah. Todd Haig.
Yeah.
That guy.
And that's all we got for listener feedback. Sorry, that took a second. Our intro and new logos come from Steve Carlton from the Geeks with a Z. Check his stuff out. Natsulani on his Instagram does our original skull artwork. It's pretty awesome. Check her out. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. We'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount. And for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. And if you join at the $5 tier and stay with us at least 3 months, you get 6 koozies, a t-shirt, and a pop figurine of our choice for you.
It's a hell of a deal.
It's actually a pretty freaking awesome deal.
I don't even have one of
like
the new
$15,
t-shirts.
man. Yeah.
And I was talking to Nez. Nez has a new koozie. I don't.
Oh, man. He was handing those out like candy there for a little while. All right. Featured attractions. We go back to M. Night Shyamalan with Trap. And we look at 1987 Stagefright. So we'll start with Stagefright. A group of stage actors lock themselves in a theater for a rehearsal of their upcoming musical production, unaware that an escaped psychopath has sneaked? I don't think it's sneaked. Is it sneak or snuck?
Sneaked.
Snuck?
Sneaked sounds wrong.
It does. Well, anyway, it's IMDb. He sneaked into the theater with them. God, I don't like that. Director is Michelle Soavi, also known for Cemetery Man. Writers are George Eastman and Sheila Goldberg. Before his death in 1999, Joe D'Amato was planning to remake Stagefright as Willie Shock's treatment. The film was to take place at a TV station which was reopening where years earlier a TV host called Willie Shocks had killed his wife, who he found was having an affair. Years pass and the TV station reopens for the murders to start again. The killers would have worn a costume made out of light bulbs instead of the owl mask that's on Stagefright. Another idea that Joe D'Amato had was set on board a cruise ship heading for Barcelona. The killer was to have been a mad violinist. All right, why not? What'd you think about Stagefright, man?
I actually had a lot of fun with this one. I'm really digging these Italian slasher movies. I don't know. I don't know if it's yeah, just they're super fun, wacky. The music was great, even if at times it didn't quite fit what was going on. It just kind of got you pumped up. I thought simple story. You know, the escaped mental patient breaks into this place. I don't know if he sneaked, but he snuck in there. And I don't know if they locked themselves in. I think it was more so the director who was kind of overbearing and controlling.
Yeah.
I think he kind of locked everybody in and wasn't allowing nobody to leave.
Did the mental patient have anything to do with anybody?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he just...
what I was trying to figure out the whole time.
Because, what was it? One of the dancers gets hurt, has to sneak out. That's how crazy the director is. She has to sneak out to go to the hospital to get checked out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the mental patient, who we've come to find out has murdered a bunch of people, breaks out, hides in their car, and that's how he gets to the dance studio or the theater or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much straightforward after that. He's just kind of picking everybody off. He wears a crazy bird mask that was part of the show, so nobody knows if it's another dancer or not.
Gotta be hard to see out of that thing, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he was actually looking through it or not. More so being guided by the director.
Yeah.
Um, and the kills were pretty fucking cool. We got it. We got it for some reason. The chainsaws kill. We got a drill.
Why did they even have a chainsaw?
We had a girl get pulled through a hole in the floor, and as they're pulling her up, somehow only half her body comes up. It's never explained how he did it.
I would assume the chainsaw.
But I don't remember hearing one.
I know, I
Because
don't
when
either.
he kills the next person with the chainsaw, and then you hear
Yeah,
this wah, wah.
yeah,
So pretty fun movie. I think it was Pedro that said this was going to be a fun watch, and I
yeah.
totally agree with him. It's a fun watch. It is free on YouTube
Oh,
in very good quality. I know it goes by many names, Deliria in Italian and something else. It kept popping up. I don't know, but
yeah. I think I watched it on Tubi.
yeah,
Yeah, which is
it
also free. So
it's out there. It's
yeah.
available. It's a fun one, and there's a couple ways we told you that it's free to watch.
Well, yeah, man. I I did have fun with it. It was kind of wacky. They had some pretty good kills. But it was definitely 80s, man. And it is dated hardcore. And it kind of lost my attention a couple times, but anytime somebody got cut in half or whatever, they'd bring it back. And like some of the little cut scenes on like she's underneath the stage trying to reach up and get this key out of a hole, and
Yeah,
they keep like going back and forth between her trying to do it from under the stage and not really doing anything to like the top of the stage where it doesn't look like that at all. I don't know what's happening. But one of those things, man. It's got cheesy special effects. I, I, I do like the blood and the gore. I think they pulled that off. Um, I kind of wish that there was maybe more of a story there. But no,
yeah.
it was as straightforward gets.
Hmm.
Crazy madman killer.
Which they kind of got me at the end because
Yeah,
I didn't even think it was gonna be a chance that the killer popped up because after that fall he took,
yeah.
and then she for some reason needs to go back to the scene of the crime to get her watch because I don't remember if they said why it was so important. And she goes back there, and the building caretaker or whatever ends up shooting the killer who jumps out. Which I was like, "You're not dead, and your body's not taken away. Where the fuck did you come from?"
I know. Did the police not secure the damn scene? What's going on here?
And I can't remember exactly what the caretaker said, but I should know what it is because he just kept repeating. He's like, "I
Right in the
got him
damn head.
squared."
I
Yeah,
get right in the
he
head.
said it like 20 times.
I know. It's kind of ridiculous.
And then she just kind of walks off, and I don't know if that ending was real or not, or if it was a dream sequence because of the way it was kind of glowy, glossy,
Yeah, it kind
kind
of
of like
was. But
yeah,
that may just be an 80s thing.
yeah,
Hard to tell. Shitty picture or dream sequence? You decide and let us
hmm.
know. All right. What score would you give it?
Uh, off of first watch, I've never seen this before. I had a lot of fun with it. The kills were cool. I liked the practicals. The music was great. Like I said, didn't fit at times, but just was great. And like I said, every time I watch one of these Italian shows or movies for the show, I'm becoming more of a fan of them because
All
that's
right.
kind of like one of my blind spots in horror is the
Oh yeah.
giallo or the Italian slashers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to give it a 7 right now.
All right. Nez, what's up, man?
Yo, let me.
Stage fright. What do you give it?
Which one?
Stage fright. You ever seen that
I
one?
don't know. I didn't see it. I just seen the
Okay.
next one.
That's cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna give Stage Fright a. What did you give it, a 7?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I can't really go higher than a 6.
yeah, that's fair.
But it was funner than I expected it to be. Good effects. All right. On to Trap. Good timing, Nez. Let's see. A father and his teen daughter attend a pop concert, only to realize they've entered the center of a dark and sinister event. Director and writer is M. Night Shamalan, also known for Old and Signs and all that stuff. While being distributed by a major studio, Trap was allowed to resume filming under an interim agreement during the SAG-AFTRA strike, as M. Night Shyamalan independently finances his own films. Well, there you go. That's the way to do it. All right. I guess we'll keep it spoiler-free and then give scores real quick. So, Nez, what'd you think?
All right. I think I'll give you a score in the end. I had no idea this movie was out. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't watch any trailers or nothing. I was about to go see Twisters, and I was looking at the times, and I was like, "What's Trapped?" So I looked on it, and all I saw was who directed it. I went, "Okay, I'll go see it." So I went in blind, had no idea what it was about, and I just took it for what it was. I enjoy all of his movies. I did like The Happening, not so much Last Eight. But it was interesting. I was waiting for the twist, which I guess it kind of is at the end, but I was like, okay. I was hoping for a tie-in to one of his previous films, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know, but overall, I did enjoy it. I thought Josh Hartnett, he's good in just about everything. I haven't seen uh, whatever his last movie was. I know it might have been a while ago. I know he did some indie stuff, but I think he's a good actor. I mean,
Yeah.
I like him. So he did a good job for what he was supposed to be doing in it. And as far as M. Night's daughter, I thought it was a showcase for her to show her music and to show her acting. And I thought she did good with both. I mean,
Yep.
I didn't until we see credits. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So I just thought she was just gonna be on stage and that was gonna be it, and we were gonna focus on Josh Hartnett and his daughter. So I was like, all right, okay. But then when she comes into play and she starts acting, I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I thought she did a good job for the little bit that she was in it.
Yeah, I think so.
When she was acting, not on stage singing. But overall, I enjoyed the film. I do want to see it again. I can wait until it starts streaming. I didn't have anything bad about any of the actors that were in it. I thought everybody did their job, especially Josh Hartnett's daughter. I can't remember her name. I thought she did a good performance on what she was doing, being a teen and wanting to see somebody like a Taylor Swift type of performer to go to her concerts and have a good time with her father. So I thought all that was cool. But when we get to Josh Hartnett's character, I was kind of like, okay, what's happening here? We're meant to believe this, but is it really true? So I was kind of like, all right, let me start to put the pieces together as things start to unfold. And then I was like, okay, I see what's happening here. So, but again, I did enjoy what was happening in it. I liked the story. I don't know if this was one of his throwaway stories just to get his daughter in the door of doing movies. So I don't know. I think she's been in some of his other movies when she was younger, but I'm not sure. I know I don't know if was I on the show when you guys did Watchers?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember. That one it was all right.
Yeah. Is that the same daughter?
A
No,
different daughter.
Yeah, different daughter.
Okay. One of them's a singer, one of them's a film chick.
Yeah. But
Okay.
but in the end, I did enjoy the film.
Okay. Brian, what do you think?
I enjoyed it enough, but I have to be honest and say that I was disappointed how the events unfolded. And if we'll get to it in spoilers, if that's what they're calling a twist, then I think M. Night might have lost his touch on providing us with an interesting twist. I thought the acting was fine. I think in a different movie, Josh Hartnett as a serial killer, he could knock it out of the park because I was liking the facial tics,
Mm-hmm.
the awkward smile. I loved him portraying this. Well, not even portraying, because to his daughter, he's just like the ultimate corny, cringy, loving father with the dad jokes,
Yeah.
and he has this other side to him that nobody knows about. And I thought he did a good job in that. My main problem with the movie was the writing and the dialogue, and
Okay.
I don't know if it kind of, some of the dialogue kind of reminded me of old, how the people were
Yes.
talking to each other, and I was like, people don't really sound like that when they talk to each other.
Yeah. Some of it was a little bit corny. That's a good point.
Especially like throughout the movie when he's going through the arena and he's kind of bumping into other kind of side characters, and his interaction with them
Mm-hmm.
was kind of, I guess you would say, it's classic M. Night, because it had that close up of their faces while they're talking. But it just, some of the dialogue was just not working for me. And then, like I said, once we got to the wrap up of the movie, I was just kind of like a little disappointed, because
Okay.
I don't know if in my mind, after watching the trailer, coming up with my own twist. And I also read, like, I think me and Nez were talking the other night, and I was telling him one of the fan theories I read, and I was like, that's pretty fucking interesting, and it would connect to an older movie. So I had all these thoughts going in my head, and then when the movie was over, I was just kind of like, huh, that's it.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate
That may
it.
have been on purpose.
I didn't hate it though. I know I've seen some reviews out there. People are calling this movie absolute trash,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't agree with that. It's definitely not his worst that he's
Oh,
done.
for sure. Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed it enough not to hate on it. But I did have some issues with the storytelling and the dialogue.
Yeah. Now, had it not been M. Night Shyamalan, I think he gets judged pretty harshly based on
Yeah.
some of his successes. But having said that, there's certain things that you expect. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. I thought Josh Hartnett did a great job. The daughter, I was really worried at the very beginning was going to bother me, and she totally grew on me.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a lot of really cool father-daughter moments. I was like, man, I should have brought my kids to see this one.
Yeah, didn't even really speak on her. Like, I thought she did a great job. I thought too, when we got introduced to her, it was like she's gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
But she was like this typical sweet kid that's just there seeing their favorite pop star, and not only is there seeing their favorite singer, but she wants to enjoy it with her father. And he
Right.
keeps leaving her, and like, I'll be right back, and she's just like, well, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
And I like those interactions.
Yeah, I
Because,
think
like I
those are
said,
pretty
he
good.
he has
But
he definitely showed two sides of him in this movie.
yeah, I think you're right. Maybe some of the dialogue with some of the side characters sort of came out of nowhere and was awkward and weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people would actually talk that way. Yeah, that's a good point. And
It
really,
makes me want to go back and watch some of his, not his earlier movies, but some of the more recent ones, because it just popped in my head, and I just remember thinking how everybody was talking to each other, and I was like, why do you sound like that?
yeah, it like is very like old school '80s movie style. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty good for what it was. Is it his best movie? No, but I think I liked it better than Old.
Yeah,
Maybe
that too is a
that may
movie.
piss
I'm
Lance
not
off.
sure if the twist in that movie is an actual twist.
Yeah, also true. All right. So did you already give it a score?
No, I think we lost Nez, so
I think we did
hopefully he'll
lose
jump
it.
back on. My score for this, I think it's just average run of the mill as far as storytelling and the lack of, in my opinion, the lack of a twist or the impact of the twist. We'll get to it. I want to ask Q when we get to the spoilers if you thought that was a twist or not, if I'm missing something.
Yeah.
But I thought Josh Hartnett was good. I thought his daughter, I think her name is Ariel Donahue. I thought she did a good job. I agree with you. She grew on me as the movie went. Salika Night Shamalan, I thought she did a good job. I don't know if I've never really seen her in anything. And I know, doing some research, all the music in there was all original music from her.
Yeah.
So, and I listened to some of it. It's not bad. A lot of it's not my type of music, but it's pretty good.
But Nez was right. It was a showcase for her, which is absolutely what it was. But
yeah,
I don't necessarily see a problem with that.
maybe we'll get into it later, spoilers. But yeah, I had to give it a 5.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go 6.
Okay.
I think I liked it more than I didn't. Josh Hartnett really carried it with his daughter in this movie. I think that she did great also. And Josh Hartnett had some goofy lines, but I don't know that was necessarily his fault. Plus, he was sort of supposed to be playing weird, you know? So I'm not sure how well everybody else did, but I thought he did awesome. Really pulling some CIA stuff in there, man. It was pretty good.
Like, imagine we all loved Long Legs.
Yeah.
From Oz Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine the possibility of taking Josh Hartnett as a serial killer and putting him in a movie from Oz Perkins.
Oh, very true.
I think he would knock it out the park.
I think so too. I think he's a good actor. All right. Spoilers. So
all right.
The twist was that there was no twist.
Was the twist? I almost said it before I gave my score. Was it the twist that the movie turned from a focus of him getting out to being a showcase for his daughter? Because she was she was not even a side character. She was a background character for the first half of the movie, and then she just became like the main victim or the final girl essentially.
That's a good point.
And then I read somewhere somebody said the fact that he revealed himself as the killer was the twist. And I'm like, if that's the twist, that's pretty fucking weak.
That's not much of it. I don't think that there was a twist. I think that was the twist, is that I put out a movie with no twist, because it's pretty straightforward. You know what's happening from the fucking moment you're going.
I think the closest we got to a twist was when we find out how they located him at the concert. Was his wife suspected of him of cheating?
Yeah.
And
that was really more of a reveal than a twist.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really know where the twist was.
When he breaks out of the handcuffs.
And I don't know if Nez is going to join us, but me and him were talking about it. He brought up a good point, saying the police would have never allowed him to go pick up that bicycle.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, man, these are the shittiest cops I've ever seen.
There's no way he would have even been able to break out of the cuffs. I mean, not saying he can't break out the cuffs, but have the opportunity, because he would have had so many people sitting around him.
Like, his daughter comes running up to him to hug him, and she's like, let her through. Like, what?
I mean, this guy already is named by the media as the Butcher.
Yeah, like, that's people's into bits. Maybe not.
And throughout this movie, they have so many of the most info-giving people that I've ever seen. From the T-shirt guy to the moment he's on the roof and he runs into one of those like SWAT guys.
Yeah.
And he just pretends like he works there, and his coworker had an accident, and he's just giving him all the information. He's who's that lady that's leading everything? And he just oh, she's a profiler. She's on the case this long. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, the T-shirt guy part was weird, but I like the guy that played him. I thought he did a pretty good job.
I bought it more from the T-shirt guy because he's just a regular guy thinking he just made a friend, so he's gonna, of course, talk a little bit.
The cops are not gonna tell you what's going on.
Yeah. I like I said, I liked M. Night's daughter. I thought she did an awesome job.
Yeah.
Very beautiful girl too.
Yeah, very.
I didn't recognize Alison Pill as the wife until I looked it up. I always think of her as the drummer from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, I knew I'd seen her somewhere.
But yeah, the twist. I think maybe I got hyped up because the fan theory I was talking about was the police got tipped off from. It was going to be the Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense.
Oh.
And he got the information from one of the dead victims.
You know what? That little bit of extra in there, I think would have fixed the ending.
Yeah. So maybe I was kind of hyping myself up for the big reveal, and then when it was like, no, I left your concert ticket receipt at your safe house and called the police.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Yeah, that was kind of weak. Although at that point I'd already gone, oh, okay, the twist is that there's not a twist. I gotcha. Yeah. And then so I was just sort of enjoying it for what it was then. I did like that he sort of broke out at the end. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The twist is that M. Night got us.
I know. Well, he's like it almost made him out to be like an unbreakable type of character, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And maybe now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe we put too much on M. Night because, like you said earlier, we come to expect some things from him.
Yeah.
But those were some classic twists that people still talk about to this day. So are we kind of putting too much pressure on him to keep producing the same level of twist every movie?
Well. Yeah, but it's how you get greatness.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just saying, are we not enjoying the movie for what it is because it didn't have that level of twist?
I think people are way harder on him than they probably should be because of his early success. And if this movie had been by anybody else, I think it would have been a lot of fun, you know? But I wouldn't have been like part of the fun of it though was like trying to figure out what the twist was, because you're like, well, it can't be Josh Hartnett, you know, like he's too likable. I found myself like rooting for him a bunch, and then as it progresses further and further, you're like, all right, well, you got to get this guy.
At some point, were you hoping that he wasn't the killer?
Yeah, absolutely. In the beginning, I was.
Just got Nez's score. He also gives it a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Yeah. So we're all about the same.
Yeah.
And I really was hoping to hear Lance's thoughts on this. I know he's out sick right now. Get better, buddy. But
yeah,
he said he wanted to go into this movie to hate watch it. So I really wanted to see if this is going to be one of those times where he just really liked it more than we did.
But he really liked Old, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird.
But I think he didn't like Knock at the Cabin.
Oh yeah, see, and I didn't hate that one.
I think Lance just kind of falls on the other side of us most of the
time. But I there's a lot of M. Night Shyamalan movies where I'm like, yeah, I didn't hate
it. Yeah, like a lot of the ones that people call trash. I kind of think about it. It's like it's not a bad, but that's not a bad movie. It's not trash.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So when I see people
See a lot of bad movies.
when people watch something like this, that's a big theater release, and like this movie's fucking garbage. I'm just like, you haven't seen some of the shit I've seen.
It is way better than some of those.
All right, I think
well,
that's it for
there's our
Trap.
spoiler talk. The monster, or the beast. I'm telling you, they're gonna bring him back in something else. I think.
Yeah, I know he has a multi-picture deal with Universal, and I think this is who this through.
Oh, really?
So maybe he's trying to build up some kind of universe or something.
Maybe he is. This was just an origin story. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. As always, we want to thank you for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. We'd love to hear your feedback and ideas. You can always reach us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com or find us at thehorrorreturns.com. To follow all of our social media links from there, as well as hear the latest episode of the new show. And check us out on Facebook for sure. That's where the action is. Next week, we're going to check out the brand new Cuckoo, which is a weird looking movie, and also Dead and Buried. Which one is Dead and Buried?
It's an 80s movie. I don't
Okay.
know what Cuckoo is or could possibly be about. It looks like this family moves into a strange neighborhood, so I've paired it up with another movie that people go to a strange town or
Fair enough.
area.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to glean from the Cuckoo trailer, but
I've heard some reviews coming out saying it's crazy in the best way possible.
okay. I'm
So,
sort of looking forward to it.
yeah. Oh,
Let's see
real
how it
quick,
goes.
we dropped a new Action Returns episode, Roadhouse, the 2024 version,
Okay.
and we got a couple of Wrestling Returns episode. I think one dropping. By the time you hear this, you should hear both of them actually. So
Roadhouse, not a bad movie, man.
yeah, we talked about how Dalton was a psycho and Connor was hamming it up.
Yep. And it was great.
Yes.
All right. Until the horror returns.
Good night.
All right. That wasn't even the line. Oops.